It's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me! I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly! Have you ever met a person you say, hey, let me get some parfaits? They say, hell no, I don't like no parfaits.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Mr. Drake, what about the allegations that your tests end up killing people? You finished? Well, I think we opened him up. I'm a reporter. I found something really bad. And I have been taken. Cooperate, and you just might survive. Why would we do that? Aren't you Eddie Brock? Are you CB?
Venom. October 5th.
Welcome to Brick Wall Cinema. I'm your host Chance, and today we got. Who are you? Who do we have?
We are Venom.
Okay, sure, buddy. Whatever you say. Today we're talking about Venom in honor of Venom: The Last Dance coming out today.
I should have just do like a voice changer mod or something.
I don't know how to do voice change. I'm not.
Chance, I told you I know how to do that.
You know how to do that?
Yes, I know. I just have to sign up for the subscription, but we don't have time for that right now.
Do it now, quickly.
I can because I had to pay for it, and also that would take more time than we need actually for this. Unless you want to do this at a different time.
No, it's fine. Just forget it. Let's go to basic info. It's rated PG-13, directed by Ruben Fleischer, released in theaters on October 5th, 2018, with a runtime of an hour and 52 minutes, and a budget of $100 to $116 million, and a gross worldwide of $856.1 million, and making it the 7th highest grossing film of 2018. Honestly, I didn't know it went that much. It got that much money.
I'm not surprised.
I kind of am. It's been a while since I did this, but I checked the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie.
Yeah.
30% for critics and 80% for audiences. Like, that's a huge leap from each other.
I mean, yeah, but it's not surprising.
Yeah, but even with this movie, I could see from both sides and why this is good and bad. But let's go into first impressions. What about you, Sergio? What do you think about this movie?
I like this movie, although I felt like there were some things missing from it.
Like what?
Well, growing up, I know that Venom is a Spider-Man kind of arch enemy, and the whole reason why Venom is the way he is because of Spider-Man. And then rewatching this, knowing what I know about Spider-Man history, they do the same thing that they do in other movies where they start a villain but don't actually introduce the hero, even though it's like an important part of what the villain is. They make mentions of people inside the comics, like J. Jonah Jameson's son being an astronaut, and the Daily Bugle being like the place that Eddie works for.
No, they said the Daily Planet in this one.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they didn't say Daily Bugle. I would have noticed if they said that.
No, I know. I'm saying that it feels like they changed the name to something else. That way, it's not connected to Spider-Man.
Oh, and they said that he was originally in New York.
Yes. There's a whole thing over there that's why he changed. That's why he changed over here.
Right.
I felt like watching that and now being able to pay more attention to that, I felt like I'm questioning what happened over there, because we all know that in Spider-Man No Way Home, they make mention that Venom has like this sort of multiversal consciousness to all their symbiotes, and when he saw Spider-Man on television when he got transported to a different universe, he said that he knew him. So it felt like they were trying to get a connection there, but they never went anywhere with it. So now it's just kind of disappointing. Even though I really do like Venom, and this movie does a really good job of showing what a symbiotes are capable of.
Okay, so when I first watched it, I had no hopes, or really none, because I didn't really care about I didn't really, how to put this, like, when I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, they were making a Spider-Man movie, we're making a movie about a Spider-Man villain without Spider-Man? That's never gonna work. I'm leaving a pause in there because we had so many movies in between then that either succeeded or failed. More failed than succeed.
Uh-huh.
I think actually Venom is the only one that's actually doing a profit though, isn't it?
Yes, mostly because Venom has been such an integral part of Spider-Man's history that he kind of had his own thing going on for a while because he became so popular. And he's even appeared in many games and other media where they had a lot to play off of for Venom. So making an origin story for Venom, but that's completely separate from Spider-Man, while it sounds kind of
stupid
against character, but it actually works.
Yeah, maybe because they actually built characters around it, and also had a basis of what they're trying to make. A movie
Yes.
like with Morbius and Madam Web, those ones were we need to keep our licensing we need to keep the Spider-Man property in Sony's hands. So we need to find a way to make a movie really quickly and capture the magic of Venom, make our own universe, and somehow possibly even bring it to the MCU. Maybe, I don't know. Probably, maybe if Feige's not looking behind my shoulder, I might just put something in there into the MCU.
Couldn't they just have like made like smaller projects to keep the license, or do they have to come up with like a full length movie?
They have to come with a full length movie.
Man, that must be really hard. Like, how long do they have to make the movie until the licensing expires?
It changes every once in a while. Actually, I'm curious to check because I think there was at one point where it said that it could be like 2 or 4 years between movies.
Oh man, that's way too short of a time to actually make a full length movie.
Hold on, let me check.
Probably could do voice mod to do like a Venom kind of like voice, but I would have to pay for that. It's just suck that I couldn't do it right now.
Okay, so it says here on GQ.com that they have to make a movie once every 5 years or 9 months.
5 years and 9 months. Oh,
yeah,
that's not that bad to actually make a full length movie.
Well, yeah, but then again, they've been making a movie every year, so
yeah,
probably actually 3 in 1 year. Holy crap! They're making 3 Spider-Man related movies in 1 year.
I still don't get why it is they're pumping all this out at like this final moment when they've already had like big movies that already came out.
Maybe they're scrambling because Morbius failed and they're like, okay, let's greenlight Madam Web, Kraven Hunter, Venom 3. We got to have the one that succeeds out of all of them, please, God.
But then why would they rush it if they know that Morbius failed? Wouldn't they just scrap it?
That's
because they already got other movies coming out.
That's not the Sony way, Sergio.
What do you mean not the Sony way? They've always put so much work into their animated films and even like other films too.
Yeah, but with their IPs, they're so tightly connected to them. That's such a big thing. Like with Spider-Man, they have like since 2001 when they first made the first Spider-Man movie, they've always consistently had Spider-Man movies come out every few years. And they're like, oh my God, this is our cash cow. We're the beginning. Because of Spider-Man 1, that gave the idea that we can make campy or big comic book movies that actually do really well for kids and families, not alike. So because of them, we probably wouldn't have no MCU like it is now if it was not because of Spider-Man. So they're like, wow, we are the basis. We had the groundwork. You want to use our superhero that we own? Okay, sure, fine. You do that but you're not going to keep it all because this is our moneymaker. We're going to do a joint venture. We could do that, but you're not going to keep them all away. Like a divorced couple that's trying to have custody over a kid. Does that make any sense?
Sure.
No. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by sure?
I'm pretty sure there were other movies before Spider-Man that actually did pretty well, that actually gave the idea that comic books could become full-length movies that did very well.
Well, yeah, there were like Blade or X-Men and stuff like that, but Spider-Man was the one that was for families, not just for like adults and stuff. Sure, kids went to go see Blade if their parents let them, if it's because of radar, or sure, kids went to go see X-Men, but they weren't for the kids. They're for the adults. And sure, Spider-Man is for the adults too, but it's also very light, it's very campy, it's very fun. Am I wrong?
I'm confused on which one you're talking about.
The Sam Raimi one, the one for 2001.
There's a lot of dark stuff in there.
There's a lot of dark stuff, but it's brightly lit. It has a lot of silly humor in it. It looks like Power Rangers at some points. You don't agree with me on this. See, I know when you don't agree with me, you go silent.
I'm not sure because I know that we're supposed to be talking about Venom right now.
I know, but I had to give some explanation on it because you question why they're trying to keep it, not selling it.
I never said that. I said why are they rushing these projects?
Oh, they're rushing it because money.
Well, yeah, I get that, but considering like the abysmal job they're doing with the movies that they're pumping out, it just seems like they're shooting themselves in the foot by doing this.
They're shooting them on all 8 legs because Spider. That was a clever joke.
How was it clever?
It was very clever. Anyway, let's go to our favorite scenes. So Sergio, what were your favorite scenes?
My favorite scene, I think, is when Eddie's freaking out and he goes to see his girlfriend while she's having a date with her new boyfriend, and he goes into the lobster tank.
I forgot about that. I actually like that scene too, because it just showed how dedicated Tom Hardy was to making this movie. Like, I feel like he did really enjoy making this movie as he made it.
You can really tell that Tom Hardy actually put a lot into this role, and I really like that.
Yeah, I think even on his second movie, he actually has a story credit. But for me, I have two favorite scenes. The first one is the fight scene at Eddie's old job, where they have the smoke bombs and everything's very blurry to see.
Uh-huh.
I like that it looked really cool. And the after credit scene from Spider-Verse.
But that's not part of this movie, though.
Absolutely counts.
No, it's just a cameo. That's not part of this movie.
No, it's there for a long 5 minutes, and it counts because it says "Meanwhile in another universe."
Well, yeah, but it doesn't say that it's taking place during this movie.
It is taking place during this movie. No, it's not. But it still counts because a scene in this movie. It happens before the Columbia Pictures logo, and so it's part of this movie. So question me on this, Sergio. All right, let's go into our favorite quotes then. Damn, you have any?
Probably one that Eddie's being probably when Eddie's captured without the Venom inside him, and then he gets interrogated. And he's like, "Dude, I have spent a good amount of time with one of these things up my ass."
I forgot that. Okay, so my favorite quote. I actually have one favorite quote. It was Venom, and all he said was,
Pussy.
Wait, do the tattoos on Eddie's arm mean anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I just noticed that he has tattoos on his arm, but I never noticed them before. So I was wondering if they actually meant anything.
I don't think so. I think they're just Tom Hardy's, like, just stuff he has on.
No.
So, did you know about the rumor with this movie? About
No.
Are you familiar with the movie Life?
How would I be?
It's a popular movie from Sony that came out like a year before this one came out. It was about these astronauts going to space and coming across an alien life form, taking it back into the ship, and it kills everyone.
Like the Suicide Squad.
What?
Like the Suicide Squad.
Oh, like in the movie, like the Starro. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
kind of like that, but no.
NASA to ISS. What's your status?
This is Mission Specialist Dr. David H. Jordan. We're astronauts on the International Space Station. We found proof of life on Mars. Do you copy? Do you copy? Do you copy? Do you copy? Do you copy?
NASA to ISS. What's your status?
Life, March 24th.
Well, basically, with that movie, there's a rumor and theory going around that it's a secret connection. It's gonna be a secret connection to Venom.
That would have been interesting, yeah. Is this from the same? Did Sony also make this?
Yeah,
Oh.
but not Marvel. So
It would have been interesting to have like that kind of like origin story for how Venom got to Earth.
it would have been cool. Yeah, it would be sort of like Joker, where it could be seen as a standalone movie, but also be connected in a way to other movies.
Well, true, but Joker 2 kind of ruined that.
Okay, see, don't get me started on Joker 2. We're focusing on Venom 1, all right?
I mean, you're the one who brought up Spider-Man's and then started talking about the movies.
You're right. I'm a hypocrite. I get it. Let's move on.
All right, so what are we talking about next?
We're still on notes, Sergio.
You're talking about favorite scenes, and you brought up this movie.
No, I'm not. We're on notes now.
All right,
Where
then.
were you? We've even talked about quotes already. Sergio, you blacked out for a second? Sergio, do you have a symbiote inside of you? Sergio. Oh my God. Sergio, you there? Hey guys, I think Sergio's gone. Well, Sergio's gone. I might as well tell you about my day. Well, I got up, went to go feed my dog, then took him for a walk, and then came back. Then I started watching a movie. I don't remember what kind of movie it was though. Oh yeah, it was Cat Don't Dance. That was a good movie. It was actually a movie about like, it came out like in the 90s with Randy Newman doing the song. Sergio, where the fuck are you?
You gonna move on yet?
I'm trying to get... Sergio, I can't stand when you go quiet because I can't tell what the fuck is going on.
You were expecting me to respond to that? I did not know
Say something. Say you don't know. Anyway, damn. Fuck. Next one. So, wouldn't it be considered conflict of interest if Eddie Brock has to do a report on his girlfriend's boss?
Technically, that's not her boss. The firm does work for the guy, but that's the whole problem why they broke up, because he looked through her emails.
Yeah.
And that's why she was funny.
Okay. I guess not then. Okay. So Sergio, how do you pronounce what Venom is?
Venom?
Yeah.
The symbiote?
Okay, so yeah, symbiote. I
That's what
say
they-
symbiote.
Yeah, that's what they say in the movie.
No, they say symbiote.
Symbiote.
They say symbiote.
Okay, let's go to a scene where they say it so we can get a clarification on this because I remember them saying symbiote.
We call them symbiote.
Symbiote.
Symbiotes?
She calls them symbiotes.
Symbiotes.
Sim, like as in the game. B as in the bug. Oat as in oatmeal.
Well, yeah, because that's multiple symbiotes. Right, symbiote. Symbiote. Okay, now I'm forgetting how we symbiote is. How do you say it?
Symbiote. Wait, no, shit. Symbiote. Wait.
That's how she says it, though.
No, that's not how it's right. It's not right. It's symbiote.
What?
Wait,
What?
it's sim. Wait, no, hold on. It's
That's what she just did.
it's EA's The Sims 3. That's what it's saying.
I think you're going crazy, man.
No, I'm not. I'm going sane. We should lose to the fact that I was going crazy at first and now I'm dying down. But that's not it. Google,
Okay.
don't fail me now.
Symbiote. Symbiote.
Shit! All my notes are failing me today.
But that's what we've been saying, though.
Well then, no, because there's that one point where Carlton Drake says symbiote or symbiote. Wait, no.
I think we're gonna have to go over that at a different time because I'm not sure if we have time to go over it.
She
in
says
this
symbiote. He says symbiote.
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 That's what she said, though.
No, she says symbiote.
No, she said symbiote.
No, she says symbiote.
You want to go back to the scene? And
I don't
see
need
if
to. I can go to Google. She just said it right here.
Symbiote.
I gotta slow it down for you.
symbiote.
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 That's what she says, though.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what she said, but then later in the movie, later in the movie, Carlton Drake says symbiote. It's in the trailer. It's in the fucking trailer.
I thought it was just because of the way he speaks. That's just like it was a mistake or something like that. Turn up the volume at least so we can at least hear it.
I'm trying to find the scene. Damn it.
Do you even know which scene you're looking for?
We call them symbiote.
Symbiotes.
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 Okay, but in the movie they say
Symbiote.
symbiotes.
It's symbiote.
Yeah, in the movie they say symbiote.
Wait, hold on. They must have ADR'd that line because they heard people say it was wrong in the trailer.
Yeah,
They had to have.
yeah. You're getting really hung up on this.
I'm not getting hung up on it. You're not, which is kind of pissing me off a little bit because you didn't know it was wrong.
I know. I said it was wrong.
No, you didn't. You just said that. No, that's what she says. That's not saying if it's bad or wrong. It's saying that's what she said. You're acknowledging that that is stuff you are hearing.
So then I'm saying yes.
No, you're saying sure.
It's what acknowledgement means.
No, okay. You know what? I'm not gonna argue with this over this anymore. Okay? God. Oh yeah, I got a question for you, Sergio.
Uh-huh.
Would you agree to be a host for a symbiote? Shit! How do you say it right? Wait, hold on. God damn, I'm looking at my notes. That's the next thing I had in my notes, and I just knew I got it wrong.
Symbiote?
Symbiote.
Okay, Sergio, would you agree to be a host for a symbiote?
Yes.
Really? Why?
To be honest, I don't see it as too bad of a trade-off. I mean, it would be kind of shitty to eat, like, have to eat brains, but there's actually ways to work around it.
Like how they did with Venom?
Yeah. The reason why Venom actually he doesn't really actually in the lore of the symbiotes that they do not need to eat organs or brains like that. It's just that they are not used to living in our kind of environment, which is why they need hosts. And they are actually very peaceful creatures. They don't actually like hurting people. Although it's just because Venom and Carnage have been tied to like really bad experiences.
Huh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, the symbiotes in their lore are were actually created by the god Null, who is kind of like the god of darkness, and he created them. And when they actually started bonding to other creatures, they started to gain their own kind of identity. It's like how Venom started to see things through Eddie's eyes, and how he started to adapt to his personality. That's how symbiotes actually adapt and evolve to different things. This is where they got their sense of honor and why they don't usually interact with many other things. Even in some shows in the Marvel universe, like the Guardians of the Galaxy show, their Drax actually came in contact with a symbiote and fused with them, where they were actually able to make a pretty good team.
In the animated series?
Yeah, the animated series.
Oh.
Yeah, symbiotes are scary and all that, but that's because they were made to be predatory, but they are actually not that bad. Not that bad, actually. They're a lot like the scarab from Blue Beetle.
Oh, okay, but just not as threatening.
No, they are way more.
Yeah, they're way more threatening. I take it
But
back.
honestly, the symbiote, depending on what they can do, because each one has their own talents. Like some can transfer technology, others are good at stealth, some are stronger, some are able to do like what Carnage does with the extra limbs. But overall, it would be pretty cool to have a symbiote.
But what's Venom's?
Venom, he's basically just like Spider-Man. Not other most of the other symbiotes don't usually do the same thing as Spider-Man. It's just that Venom's much better at that. He's better at agility, stealth, and he has a considerable strength and knowledge.
Okay. Because in this movie, all we find out about his past was that he was like a loser, like him, like Eddie.
Yeah. Also, symbiotes can also get stronger by also consuming other symbiotes.
I think they acknowledge that in the end of Venom 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like once he eats Carnage, he says, "F this guy." He just eats his head. Oh my god! Am I misinterpreting that? Is that actually how he dies in the second movie?
Yeah, that's how he dies. He just bites his head off. That's it.
I love it. I don't know. I just love how quick it was too.
Yeah. I think I prefer Venom in the games, actually. Not the newer ones, not the Sony ones. There was this old game for Spider-Man where Venom and Spider-Man had to team up.
I don't remember that, but then again, I didn't play that many video games when I was a kid.
Yeah, I found some shorts on it on YouTube, and I found it very funny how Venom was always so like just like another version of Spider-Man with a creepy voice. Like when he was saying like when Spider-Man was saying like, "Okay, we're gonna team up now, but I'm gonna get you back for kidnapping my wife," and he's like, "Jeez, we made one mistake." And then he goes on saying like, "Okay, we know one of my villains is taking over, is camouflaging himself, so we need to figure out who it is. Maybe the chameleon." And he's like, "What about the Samaritan?" And he was like, "What? Get serious. The mighty Thor. Are you serious right now? Galactus?" I just found it so funny to hear like Venom just like going over all the characters and
just like the whole game, the rest of the game is him just listing out characters and Eddie saying no.
Peter, because Eddie and Venom are kind of like the same thing, so they kind of say the same thing, so that's why they're always confused.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I find that really funny about the character because I never really got to see like that version of the character. And then there's this whole thing where Venom and Spider-Man break into the Daily Bugle. And Venom's like, "Wait, we sense our other." Spider-Man says, "Wait, what do you mean? We sense Carnage. We must go stop him. We have no choice." And he just like jumps through a window.
All right. Okay, so I got more notes. I liked how Annie's new boyfriend is actually really nice and trying to help Eddie as much as he can.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Ant-Man, where they have like the supportive new husband.
What?
Yeah, remember in Ant-Man?
Well, that was in the second movie, wasn't it, where they got more supportive?
Well, even in the first movie.
He was like antagonistic.
In the first movie?
Yeah, because remember, like he kept saying like Scott can't be there during his daughter's birthday.
I think that was more of the mom.
No, that was him. That's what he said.
Oh.
Because remember, he was the one who saw him at the door. His mom didn't see him at the door until his daughter went to go get her.
Oh, okay then.
But I do like how even though Eddie's sad, he's nice. It's nice to see that he likes to see Annie happy.
Because he's a good guy. Eddie Brock is always known to be the good guy.
Well,
always. Never been a bad guy.
Comics,
never. I know. Like, can't you let me have a joke, Sergio?
No, because this is the joke.
Wow, very meta of you, Sergio.
I know, right?
Acknowledging the joke is part of the joke. It's not the joke.
That is the joke.
You suck on my joke. Anyway, so at the point where Brock is in the MRI, the sound frequency that's emitted by the machine, it hurts the symbiote. Symbiote. But MRIs don't use sound frequencies.
Yeah, I thought it was weird too. I was like, what is it like? Is it hot? Is it like does it cause like some kind of wearing? I think it's more of like an acute sound that you only hear when you're inside the machine.
No, I've been inside of the MRI. It does not sound like that.
There must have been something wrong with the MRI.
Yeah, and also in that room, there was a lot of metal on the walls.
Oh yeah, they had to keep them all out because of the fact that it's a giant magnet, huh?
Yeah. They would all be sucked into the MRI. Also, I think it's funny how after Dan, the boyfriend, like the new boyfriend, calls Annie saying, "Hey, go get Eddie. Something's wrong with his test results." And she comes over to his old work while Venom's out there, and she's like, "Get in the car, Eddie." But before that, when Venom sees her, he says, "Who's that?" Fuck you mean who's that? You should know who that is, Because he said it early in the movie that he has all his memories and all his thoughts. So he should know who Annie is.
I think it's more of a fact like he's still like it's like a downloading data from his brain basically. Like when you're downloading data from another computer onto another, it takes time to load all that stuff.
Dude, it's been like over like a couple of hours. Sergio, it's not like the internet or anything. It's an alien civilization.
No, I mean like they can literally teleport through the internet. They've done that in the comics several times before.
Yeah, so do you think it's gonna take as long as it'll take to download a big file on a computer?
Well, yeah, he has years of memories that have come through.
But even something that happened less than a couple of hours ago with him being dumped by Annie, or actually a couple of weeks ago, I don't know how long the time span is between him breaking up and him going to the Life Foundation.
That is actually a good chunk of amount because remember that she got a new boyfriend and everything.
Well, to be fair, it could have been like the next week.
That would be very, very fast.
Yeah.
That is not. It
could happen.
Would you turn over that fast?
No, Sergio. The answer is no.
Okay, then. So I'm.
But that's not that's me.
And Eddie is still hung up about it. You think he'll still be hung up about it? Like how long? Wait, did he actually ever say how long it is?
No.
Yeah. So I guess it's just left up to our imagination. But I still don't think it would have been a week. I don't think it takes longer than that to actually meet someone else who he can date, let alone a surgeon.
Not really.
Yes, surgeons are very busy, so it would be a part where she would have to meet him.
So you say that the only reason why doctors aren't dating people is because they're busy?
Well, yeah. Don't you know how busy doctors are?
Well, yeah, but that's not going to stop them from having a relationship.
I never said that it's stopping them from having a relationship.
You just said.
I just said that it's hard for them to get into relationships because of how much time their work takes.
Are we thinking too much about this?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on then, because I feel like we're not gonna feel satisfied with any answers that we have after this. Even after that scene of him in the car with Anne, Venom's talking to him like a couples therapist. Eddie, you need to tell her how you feel, because he might not get to do it again.
I mean, yeah, Venom can feel.
What?
Venom can feel everything that Eddie is feeling.
Yeah, but can't remember things from a couple weeks ago.
How is that any different? Because he can feel his emotions going through him because he can feel his entire body.
You don't think he has any emotions once he sees his ex-girlfriend when he's fighting people as Venom?
Well, yeah, because that was earlier. Now he knows who she is, and he even says that he likes her.
Yeah, but that didn't even make sense for me either, because that felt like a weird reason for her to like her, because only thing she said was get in the car, and he's like, I like her. I like when she told me to do things. Yeah, I don't know. It all just felt rushed. Like even with Venom and Eddie's relationship, saying like, "Why are you staying here? What made you change your mind?" Because of you. But why? What did he? That's the
thing. That's the thing that I kind of said when I was kind of disappointed when rewatching this, was because the whole thing is that Venom becomes a villain first, then an anti-hero, then a hero, and that they kind of sped through that because they don't really have Spider-Man in this movie to actually go through Venom's villain arc. Because the whole reason why Venom is so angry and wants revenge on Spider-Man is because Spider-Man was one of his first hosts, and then he went insane, and then felt betrayed by Spider-Man. And then he meets this new host who accepts him, but is also angry at Spider-Man and Peter Parker because they ruined their lives. So of course they would feel that way towards Spider-Man. I mean, this movie did good for what it did, and with the franchise that's apparently spinned off, but it kind of sped through a lot of Venom development throughout its history.
I think maybe because they didn't bring up a lot of like Easter eggs or anything in this movie. I mean, if there are any Easter eggs, they're really subtle and not blatant in front of your face, like how like Madam Web was.
Like Jameson?
Yeah, on one hand, we know that because we've seen the movies and know the comics and everything, but our comic moviegoer might only know them as a reference to Spider-Man 2 with J. Jonah Jameson saying, "My son, the astronaut."
Well, that depends on if they even saw it, actually.
Yeah, so you see what I mean?
Yeah. And also, was the Life Foundation supposed to be like this alternate universe version of the Oscorp?
I don't think so.
I thought that at first when I was rewatching this, because I felt like the CEO, the guy, he gave me like a Norman Osborn vibes.
I don't know what he gave me, but I did not feel like he was that much of a threat in a way.
Not until he did the Venom suit, but that's what I felt like when I first saw like Spider-Man when Norman Osborn became the Goblin. Like he wasn't really a threat. He was just like this rich asshole, but then he got the powers and the enhanced abilities, and then he became a threat because he became so deranged.
Yeah, and also I wonder what his security is like because he was able to sneak because the doctor was able to sneak in a whole guy into the Life Foundation, and then a little girl just walks in. Yeah, you might be saying, Sergio, but she has a venom inside of her, so she could have killed everyone on her way there. Wouldn't that alert something like any alarm or anything?
Well, here's how I see it. An unassuming girl that doesn't look threatening just comes up to a security guard and he's like, hey, are you okay? Then suddenly dies. They don't really have time to actually notify anyone. So she just walks by without anyone noticing. And if anyone does notice, they get killed before they can actually alert the alarm. Because no one's gonna look at a little girl and think, I gotta set the alarm. This might be dangerous.
It's still a business. You can't let her just walk in because she's a little girl.
Oh, true, but they have had kids come in here before, so they might just think that she's lost. At least that's my thinking process.
In the middle of the night?
I admit that's a stretch.
In the middle of the night?
Yes.
Man, this security fucking sucks.
Yes.
All right. Okay, now I want to bring up I think we're at the end of my notes here. What do you think about the N&M song at the end of the movie?
Honestly, I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I remember people loved it or made fun of it how 90s it was because remember how back in the day they used to have movies with songs based on a movie?
I mean, they do that with a lot of movies nowadays, but yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it reminded me of those, and I love it though too. I remember I used to blast that song back and forth from school every day.
Really?
Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
It was with you at school. I remember you guys making fun of it.
It was awesome. That's why. All right, let's go to our rating. I give this movie 3.5 stars. I did enjoy it for what it was, but there are some flaws I just can't get over. All right, you go. You say your rating.
I would give this a 4 out of 5. There were some things I have some problems with, but overall, I did enjoy this movie.
Huh. I think I liked the second one a lot more.
Yeah.
Maybe because of how campy it was and more stupid it was. I am out of Eddie's closet.
All right, that's the end of this episode, right?
No, wait, no, I got trivia. You know that Tom Hardy's son, Lewis Hardy, was a fan of Venom, and that's the reason why he wanted to make this movie, so his son could have something to watch.
Like the first actor for Dumbledore.
Yeah, and even Lewis also guided his father on telling him how to appropriately play Eddie Brock and Venom, since Tom Hardy didn't know the character that well. I just imagine this little kid on set saying, okay, Tom, come over here. The is that? What'd I tell you? Eddie is not like that when he's in that situation. Get your ass back out there and do it right, all right? And someone gives a fucking chicken nuggets. I'm sorry. I thought that was funny. All right. Well, that's today's episode. Go watch Venom 3 in theaters now, or possibly already out, or not out yet, depending on when I release this.
Just go see Venom 3 Last Dance.
Yeah, go watch it. Not to be confused with Magic Mike, The Last Dance.
Why would you be confused with Magic Mike?
Because the third movie was also called The Last Dance.
Well, yes, but we're saying Venom Last Dance. We're not saying Magic Mike Last Dance. We're saying Venom Last Dance.
But there are 2 movies that conclude the trilogies by calling them The Last Dance, which are heavily focused on the romance part of both of the movies.
Wait, but the Venom 3 isn't like focusing on romance.
Yeah, it is. Eddie and Brock. Eddie and Venom.
That's more like a bromance that I see.
It counts. The second movie is literally a gay allegory. He says, I am out of Eddie's closet.
That's because Venom doesn't have a gender.
He takes him to the beach.
That's because Venom wants to see the beach.
See, why do you have to make me feel like I'm the bad guy for pointing things out?
I never said you were the bad guy. I'm just saying that there's other explanations for that. I don't really see it as a gay allegory.
It could be. But, I'm going to end it on a note that Sergio doesn't like the fact that I bring things up and doesn't want to bring it up. All right, everyone. Let's wrap this up. I'm Chance.
I'm Sergio.
Have a cinematic day. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok at Brick Wall Cinema. Have a cinematic day.